Hey guys, welcome to the Solution Architect channel. In this video we'll discuss the style sheets. It's called Cascading Style Sheets. That's the CSS stands for. I'll split this video into two or style sheets into two sections, because the first is just the introduction to style sheets and the second one will go a little bit more in detail. So what is style sheet? As I said, cascading style sheets, that's what they call it. It's an easy way to add styles such as for fonts, colors and spacing on your web page for specific tags and for specific elements within your web page. It describes how the elements should be displayed, and it's the best way to standardize a look and feel on your web pages. So if you want to have multiple web pages and you want to have the same look and feel, you can only set it up once and then you can apply that. So your background color or your different fonts that you want to use, you can apply to all your pages. And there's different types of implementation of the style sheets. You can have the style sheets inline, which means that with a specific element, say body element, within that element you can set the style of that body. Internal means that you can set styles for the same element within the same page. So internal is for that specific web page, say HTML, and you can set like the paragraph style. Maybe you want to set the same font throughout the whole page, and you can do that internal. External means taking a file, a CSS file created external, and where you can set certain elements, styles for certain elements, and then you can reference that CSS file from different HTML files. You can have multiple HTML files with the same look and feel, and that's why you will use an external file. Now the example I'm going to get to eventually after the second video, we will have something like this. So we'll get to a style where you have the different backgrounds and maybe some columns in here and maybe a footer. So I'll show you how to get there. The first, this video, we will show you the basics on how to create this external file and how to reference it within your with your HTML file. Let's jump into the code. Okay, in the previous video I showed you how to install and use Visual Studio Code. So open up your Visual Studio Code and then go to the file that we created in the previous video, the same one. You can just go to that and say file, or you can click here, you can open folder. Mine was HTML VS Code, and you select the folder. You click on select folder, and that will open up the index file that we created in the previous video. So now I want to show you how to create the CSS file. So what you do is on your left hand side here, when you inside your Explorer, where exactly the same place where your index.html file is, you can either just right click and click on new file, or there's another option of just clicking new file, and that will open up a space for you to enter your file name. So let's call our file our styles.css and press enter, and inside your editor there will now be an empty space where you can start adding your style. So we want to say, for example, change the background of the body within our web page. What's nice about using Visual Studio is because it recognizes CSS as a style sheet, it will automatically then bring up all the appropriate options for you. So if you click on body and open brackets, close brackets, press enter, and then in here I want to change the background color, and you see all the different styles that it gives you. And click on enter on background color, and there's different colors that you can then choose. If you just used Notepad, you wouldn't be able to get all these colors. So let's just change it to aquamarine, and now we have a style for our body. The next step is to go to the HTML file, and let's put in a reference here. And the reference you always put into your header element inside this element, and you just type in there, what is it again, just link, and what is this link about? This link about style sheet, and then the reference href is location of your files, inside double quotes our styles.css, and then close the bracket. So now you will automatically see that you can change some styles in there. Now I'll just quickly remember to file save if your autosave is not on, but mine is on, so mine is automatically saved. Right click on your index HTML file, reveal in File Explorer, and then just double click on the index HTML file, and that will open up your browser, and you'll see aquamarine. This is the color of aquamarine. Now let's just make one more change before I end this video, and then we go into the next video where I'll give you more detail on style sheets. Just going to do a copy and paste, sorry about that. Just go back to your Visual Studio Code inside your style sheet. I'm just going to do copy and paste and make some changes to put styles in here for style for header 1, a few fonts that you can use within that, and then I know it's multiple fonts here, we can just use one font, but the font family that is allowed for header 1 is those, and then make a color blue for header 1, and this is the P is for paragraph, so you'll set the setting for paragraph. Font family is Verdana, and your font size is 30 pixels. So if you right click, reveal File Explorer, and double click on the index HTML file, and you'll see that the font has changed on the top there, and your paragraph size is also changed. So that concludes the first section. So you can see that now, just quickly, you can reference this from multiple files. So you just have that link. If you have another HTML file, which is maybe other details that you want to display on your web page, then you can also reference the same style sheet file. And that's style sheet files, guys. But I'm going to go into more detail. There is much more stuff you can do in your style sheets, and we'll get to that that nice looking page that I showed you earlier in this video. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and please share, and please like. There's much more videos that I'm going to make. Thank you very much. Keep safe, guys. See you next time.